Hey everybody, Stock Catcher here. In this video, I'm gonna be going over how to basically identify key levels, right? When you're talking about trading, support, resistance, as well as key areas that you have to look for when you're looking at a stock, right? This is just my opinion as usual, not financial advice. And I would greatly appreciate it if you're watching this video to drop a like and maybe comment, right? Because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Basically, it promotes the video and then I get a lot more views, which is gonna help the community grow as well as I can help a lot more people, right? And it's better for the channel as well. So basically, when it comes to technical levels, this is probably the number one question I get asked after the entry and exit, which I made a video on in the previous video, right? So if you look at my educational playlist, I made the very first video. I talked about basically the trading platform, and then I talked about risk management, and then I talked about potential entry, exit areas where I talked about in the video, like buying dips as well as selling the resistance. And now I'm gonna be talking about potential areas where you could play off of, right? So I just chose two stocks today that had the biggest action in terms of price action, so we could really dive deep and analyze potential levels, right? I highly recommend maybe remember these type of drawings so that you could do it on your own as well, right? Because a lot of people, they ask me every single day about technical levels, and it's really beneficial if you could do this yourself, right? It's not because I'm lazy, it's not that I don't like helping people, because if I could, I would definitely help everybody one-on-one. I mean that, where I would seriously do that. But as this community is getting bigger, right, I'm getting hundreds of people just on the live stream, and my channel is growing quickly as well. I have over 6,200 people. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where it's going to be impossible, right? It's going to be impossible to help every single person one-on-one when there's like 1,000 people. I hope people understand what I'm saying, right? It's not because I'm lazy and I don't want to help people. So if you look at this number one line right here, this is a level. This is a technical level where I drew out the resistance. So I made it as simple as possible. So when you're drawing your lines, when you're looking at technical hold levels, where you're looking at support, resistance, the best thing to do, again, and this is just my opinion, look for the wick. If you don't know what a wick is, it's basically a shooting star or topping tail, or it's all the same thing. It's like a line. You see that line right there on the first green candle? That's a wick. So what you would do is you draw the line over that, right over that, and then that, it counts as an area of resistance. So you put the line there, and you can see proof right there. As soon as it went to that level, it kind of stalled out, right? And then once it broke over resistance and then it held it, it became new support. That's a really important thing. I really recommend, if you're watching this video, remember that, write that down, remember that. That's a very, very crucial thing in day trading. If resistance breaks and hold, that becomes support, and that is very strong. That's a strong indication, right? Confirmation. So if you see right here, it broke the resistance and then it held it, formed support, and then it went to the next level. You draw the line again. This is another tip, where you draw the line at the candle close. You see right there, number 2 of the line. I drew it right there on the bottom, the top or bottom. You draw it right there, and that acts as another level. And then you can see, this is proof. You can see how it acted. Once it went over that level, close it, then it goes to the next level. And what do you notice about the next number 3? If you follow me a long time, you know what that is. Number 3, right? Number 3 is $1. $1 psychological level. I say every day. Psychology is a big deal when it comes to trading, right? And $1, $5, $10, these are the biggest levels when it comes to trading. You have to remember, there are levels of strong resistance as well as strong support. Because if people buy stock at, let's say, a random price, let's say 70 cents, they buy a stock at 70 cents. Most people, they're psychologically thinking that they don't really do technical, or they just trade part-time, or they have no firm target, they're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna sell it at $1, and then they put their limit so at $1. And same thing with longs, day trader, momentum traders. They will see a stock at $1, and then once it holds that level, a lot of day traders, I'm telling you, they will buy the stock for a push up, and that's exactly what happened. If you see right there, after $1 hold, you see this massive volume. This is not small volume. If you look at it, I believe it was like a millions, over 1 million, right, volume. And then what you could, again, I said earlier, right, you draw the line over the close, the candle. And then what happened, guys? If you've been watching this video, what happened right here? And again, I'm just trying to help people, guys. I hope people understand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to help people. So if you're confused, let me know, guys. But what happened on number 4 right here? So basically the same thing happened where previous resistance, it broke, and then it held it, and then it pushed higher. And then you draw the next line, number 5, right? I said earlier about the wick. You see the long line? That's a wick right there. And then you draw it over that, right over that. Don't put it over, like too over that, just on top of that. Number 5, the wick. And then you could see with yourself, look, as soon as it respects that, the lower wick, it acts as a level of support. Because remember what I said earlier, once the stock breaks over resistance and then it holds it, that's a very good sign. That's confirmation. It's basically like, it's forming new support, right? And then we see the number 7 line. You see that line right there, the top line? That, again, if you look at the wick, the long line on top, right? You see for the candlestick, the long line, you draw the line right there. That's the resistance right there. That is a double top right there. Double top. What that means is when a stock, they try to break out twice and then it fell. That is not a good sign for bulls. When a stock does a double top, a triple top, that is not good usually, because that means that it could not go push higher. So it falls. As you can see right there, it fell after the double top. And then look at the line. If you drew your lines out earlier, that's the entry level right there. You see it fell right there, and then it respected it. Not just once, multiple time confirmation. You see right there. That's a big trade idea. You could buy 118, sell 141. That's a, what is it, like 25-cent gain? That's like 20%, isn't that? I'm just trying to do the math on top of my head. That's a big gain in 2 minutes, guys. 20%. So if you used $1,000, that's $200 in like 2-3 minutes, guys. So this is how you draw the lines, and I'm going to be including one more example in the video. I hope people are understanding, right? Because I made it as simple as possible, and I'm just trying to help people, right? So next one, the last stock analysis for the video, is PRAX. So for PRAX, let's look at this example again. The same situation as earlier. The first line, you draw it right, and the candle close area, right? You see right there, the wick as well. You put it on the wick, the top of the wick, at the wick as well as the candle close. And then you could see yourself, after that level hold, what happened to the stock. Number 1 line, it made a massive push. And then what happened after the second line, the candle close? Again, another push, right? Sorry guys, I had to shut my app off. Something was going off. So you see right there, guys, number 2, another pop. And then you draw the line again right near the candle close, and then that acts as support. And then after the level hold, you see another push, and then you draw your resistance lines right there. You see that lines, the top, it's like a tail, topping tail. You put it right there on the top, and then as soon as you reject, look at that. It's like clockwork. It's like double top, and then it goes back to the support, and then you could trade off of that level. And this is how you use the lines effectively. And then you don't, if you watch this video and you truly study it, you won't have to ask me about where to buy, where to sell, because this is your answer key. It's basically like a test, right? And then this tells you where to buy, where to sell, pretty much, right? Again, everything is not financial advice, but I'm just trying to help people. So what you generally want to do is you sell at resistance and then you buy at support. I know it sounds very kind of like too simple and kind of cliche. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's true. You could see yourself where this happens every single day. Every single day, you draw out your lines and then you could play off of it. You won't have to ask me or someone else every single time what level is it, or what do I buy, what do I sell, because again, it's not that I don't want to help people. I really do. It's just that it's just not possible, especially when I'm trading as well, right? I also do this every day, guys. I trade every day. So yeah, basically once it broke that, once it rejected, you see that line number 4 right there, it rejected and then it pulled back. And then what happened after the resistance became support? Look at that. It made a big move up. And then this happens over and over. And this is you could literally, I hope people understand what I'm saying, guys. So I don't want to drag the video on too long, but this is essentially how I trade. And not just myself, but a lot of people who they trade like this too, where they use levels, guys. A lot of people that seem to do day trading, they just buy randomly. Like, they'll see a stock going up, like going green, and then they just punch the buy button. No analysis, no reasoning. They just buy it, and then they just hope it goes higher. And that's a surefire way, like almost guarantee you're not gonna do good, in my opinion. You're gonna lose a lot of money if you do that. If you just see a stock just pushing, you buy it, and then it tanks, right? So I hope people, this video helped, right? I'm gonna be making a lot more educational, helpful videos for you guys. So I ask you guys to like the video, and that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna be seeing you every day in the morning time, and have a great night, everybody. Stock Catcher signing out. Great night.